The shooting and killing of a 35-year-old man during yesterday's Wits protest has sparked outrage and deep concern. Police are alleged to have shot the victim with rubber bullets meant for protesting students. Amnesty International South Africa is calling on law enforcement officials to comply with national and international standards on crowd control. It says force should only be used when absolutely necessary. Its Executive Director, Shenilla Mohamed, is here to discuss this matter. Very good morning to you, Shenilla. Talk us through what you saw yesterday and where this fits into what's acceptable and not.
Good morning, Jane, and morning to your viewers. Yesterday was once again, and I repeat once again, because we seem to be here, consistently, another dark day for South Africa where, we have somebody, a citizen who died allegedly at the hands of the police. It'll be, we'll have to wait for the IPID report and the forensics to come out to confirm this. But, yesterday was really a bad day in South African history once again. And, we see this over and over, Jane. I mean, this happened last year around the same time. And, the consistent use of excessive force by the police is something we have been shouting out about for years now, and it seems like it's consistently falling on deaf ears. The police use the same modality each time there is a protest, and that results often in injury and death. And the fact that they are still using rubber bullets is a huge concern for us. The rubber bullets are extremely dangerous. We know that they kill. We saw that yesterday. They injure, they maim, and the police does not have any idea how to control crowds. I mean, we've seen this over and over again.
Okay, so you have students, some of them behaving badly, burning tires, possibly being provocative. You see police standing miles away from them, or meters away from them, opening fire. I mean, when is it acceptable to use force, and what sort of force in that sort of situation is okay?
Well, I think, first of all, we saw from yesterday that certain things did not happen. If we are to believe the reports, then, there was no warnings given before the police actually opened fire. Secondly, the fact that there was this, opening fire without taking into account civilians around them, so again, that was something that was not done. And the fact that this 35-year-old man had 3 bullets in him means that, they were shooting randomly. And then finally, there are other means. I mean, you can use water cannons. You can use other means that are not going to cause death and injury. So, I mean, I feel like, there's this consistent approach by the police to use what is the most damaging before they even use anything that, like a water cannon or something that is not going to cause the type of injuries and death that we consistently see.
Tear gas or to have some sort of support between them and the students. Now, I know that you're calling for an investigation. There are calls for IPID to investigate. The fact that this keeps happening, are we going to get a free and open, honest investigation? And what needs to be done to make sure that this doesn't happen again?
Well, I think, the fact that IPID was on the scene very quickly yesterday, I think is something that, gives us a bit of hope that, they were there able to collect evidence themselves without having to rely on, statements. And then secondly, I mean, Jane, we have, for many years now and most recently, following the death of Collins Khosa, we reached out to the police and said to them, look, we have developed a protocol, some guidelines on excessive use of force, when police should and should not use force. And we are happy to share these with you, to, help provide training to the police if necessary. We've never really received a positive response. I mean, we received a response saying, let's set up a meeting. Since then, we've been trying to set up a meeting and we've been unsuccessful. So, again, I feel that until there is an absolute political direction and decision taken, that this is not how the police are going to behave. And unless there is an assessment done of what skills the police have, what do they need to know, we will constantly find ourselves in these situations. And, the police needs to understand what they don't know. And I think that crowd, and protest protest action control is something that they are not good at. They need to accept it, and they need to be able to deal with it.
I mean, there's so many conversations about how you describe something like this. Is it described as police brutality? I mean, what's the legal framework around what we saw yesterday?
Well, I think it's a mismanagement of crowd control. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the police trying, according to what they understand to be crowd control and protest action management. But I feel like there are many officers there who really don't, know what to do in those situations. And of course, they go to what they feel the safest doing, which is throwing stun grenades and using rubber bullets. First of all, they need to ban the use of rubber bullets, Jane. I mean, these are not acceptable internationally and in any other way because of the damage they cause. Once they have put those aside, then we know police won't use them. And then they will be forced to resort to other ways of crowd control, which is water cannons, tear gas, anything else that is not going to cause long-term damage to the crowds and to the people involved.
Shenilla Mohamed, thank you very much for that.